Today, I'm sharing how you can heal your hormonal acne with diet via my proven 7-step system, aka my clear code. So, if you've recently come off the birth control pill and you want to heal your acne naturally, this video is for you, my love. Hi there, my name is Therese, and after 15 years of acne challenges, I finally cleared my skin naturally and created my acne clearing program, The Clear Code, to help you do the same. 9 years and thousands of clients later, I've made it my life's work to get you clear skin without pills, creams, and/or crazy hormones. So make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video. So, you've recently come off the birth control pill and/or you know there's a deeper root issue happening with your acne that's causing your acne, and you absolutely refuse to go on the pill again, take Accutane again, use spironolactone. Does this sound familiar? Well, I want to assure you today, at the very least, that you can heal your hormonal acne naturally with diet. So I'm just gonna jump right into it and go over my 7-step proven system to heal hormonal acne naturally. There are 7 parts to healing your hormonal acne naturally. Number 1, you've got to define your root triggers correctly. Number 2, you have to define a sustainable plan to balance out your blood sugar levels. Number 3, you have to heal your gut from the inside out. Number 4, you have to balance your hormones. Number 5, you have to define 3 action steps you'll focus on for the first 2 weeks of your new system. Number 6, you'll track your actions and your results. And number 7, you will stay very consistent. So let's dive deeper into each of these. First things first, you have got to identify your root acne triggers correctly from the inside out. I actually have a root acne triggers masterclass all about that dives into the 7 acne root triggers that I see plus the 3 biggest acne root triggers that I see, so you can grab the link and register for that below. But there are some questions you can start to ask yourself and details about your life that you really need to examine to get to the root of what's actually happening with your skin. I know we've all been told like, just use a new cream or grab a new pill or do a new something. It's deeper than that. I know you know it's deeper than that. And these are the questions you have to ask yourself to start to uncover what's actually happening from the inside out. You have to look at your life holistically and start to ask yourself, what's my genetic history like? AKA, what's my family history? Am I predisposed to cholesterol issues, blood sugar issues, gut health challenges? What has my life experience been in terms of my overall health? Have you been on antibiotics for a certain length of time? Have you taken any type of medicine for a considerable length of time? Do you have any chronic conditions like IBS or anything, for example, migraines, and you take medicine for? All of these things, your family history, your medicinal history, if you've had surgeries, if you took antibiotics after these surgeries, all of these things pull together to create a greater picture of your health, your hormones, your body, and as a result, your acne. A few more questions to consider that are very important in terms of your root acne triggers are, when did you first break out and what did you try to do to fix it? Did you take doxycycline first, a very commonly prescribed oral antibiotic? That could lead to some potential gut health challenges. Did you take the pill first, for example? That could lead to gut health challenges again, also hormonal imbalances and/or blood sugar issues, vitamin deficiencies that are leading to your acne. Were you on spironolactone? And another question, how well did these things work and why? So for example, let's say you took the birth control pill that was primarily estrogen. So some birth control pills are progesterone only, some pills are a mix of estrogen, progesterone. They're all, there's a big hole. They run the gamut. But let's say you took the estrogen only pill and it worked really well. That could mean that you have generally lower levels of estrogen to start. Or let's say you took spironolactone and that worked really, really well. That could mean that you're dealing with excess levels of testosterone to start. Again, the key is determining the full picture of your health and taking action steps holistically to improve those challenges or kind of imbalances naturally, which you absolutely can do. Another kind of adjacent question to ask yourself, and that's useful in terms of defining the action steps to heal your acne naturally, are, what topical treatments worked well? Why? When? Certain treatments are going to work well at different points of your cycle, for example, or perhaps a few topical treatments like benzoyl peroxide, salicylic acid, retin-A, different gel. All of those for me worked for a little bit and then they would stop. They definitely worked less during my period, like pre-period, mid-cycle, which indicated I was still dealing with excess oil at the pore. There's all these different reasons for topicals and or even oral medicines to be working or not working, and you have to take into account the full picture. Again, like I mentioned, the best thing to do to get the full picture of your health and your acne is to watch that Root Acne Triggers webinar that I have via the link below. But let's move on to step number 2. Step number 2 in healing hormonal acne with diet is to balance out your blood sugar levels. If you have been Googling, internet searching galore, I'm pretty sure that you've been told that sugar is the devil and you should never touch it again, right? Like a cookie is gonna ruin your life. That, my love, is not true. And I chat way more about this in my blood sugar and acne video. You can check it out here and via the link below. But I want to do a quick overview about how blood sugar definitely impacts your acne and how you can definitely still eat that cookie this afternoon after lunch. It's not going to make or break your skin. To understand how blood sugar management impacts your skin, we have to know the 4 conditions needed at the pore to create a breakout. They are: number 1, you have too many skin cells at the pore. Number 2, you have too much oil at the pore. Number 3, your skin cells aren't sloughing off the way they should. And number 4, P. acnes gets into the pore and you have a breakout. That's how you break out. That's why you have acne. And here's how blood sugar management and generally a higher glycemic diet can negatively impact that process and create more acne problems. Blood sugar and your acne are deeply linked because of blood sugar, higher blood glucose levels having an impact on that first action step, that too many skin cells at your pore. Basically, very, very simply, I am simplifying this, but it's important to do so. A diet higher in sugar will lead to higher blood glucose levels. Higher blood glucose levels leads to more insulin in your body. Insulin is the hormone that kind of balances out your blood sugar. Higher insulin levels equals higher insulin growth factor 1 levels, which can lead to too many skin cells at your pore, which can lead to acne. Ding, ding, ding. This is why, and tell me if this sounds like you in the comments, I know that you've probably done this. This is why when you've dramatically reduced your sugar intake for a period of time, maybe 2 to 3 weeks, you saw a wild shift in the inflammation in your acne. So like your skin didn't clear completely when you removed a lot of artificial sugars, but you saw a dramatic reduction in inflammation. Does that sound familiar? This is why. The biggest challenge, the biggest obstacle to this that I see with most clients is that they struggle to find a sustainable way to do this, right? Taking all sugar out for the rest of your life isn't gonna work. It's not fun. Everyone loves a cookie. And the goal is to balance your blood sugar levels out anyways. So let's say you decided today, I'm done with eating artificial sugars completely, not having any. You'd last maybe 2 to 3 weeks and then you'd like collapse on the couch with Oreos because that's just how being a human works. And blood sugar management is actually balanced over time. So remind yourself that it's in the smaller steps managing your blood sugar as opposed to these like big, crazy declarations of no sugar. It's actually about managing your blood sugar throughout the day in micro action steps. We'll talk more about that in another video. Step number 3 in healing your hormonal acne with diet is healing your gut bacteria. I talk about the gut-skin axis a lot in many of my videos, so I'll keep it kind of brief today. But generally speaking, what happens in your gut shows up on your skin. Now, when I first started my acne healing journey, this blew my mind. And the reason it blew my mind is because I always felt like there was something happening with my gut that I could link to my skin. Like when my gut was doing really, really well, my skin was great. And also when I took oral antibiotics, that impacted my skin. And like something intuitively about that, I knew that that meant that what happened in my gut impacted my skin. I'm repeating myself now, but you get it. There were 2 doctors, John H. Stokes and Donald M. Pillsbury, who were actually a few of the very first doctors to link gut inflammation to overall inflammation, including acne. And they recommended yogurt and probiotic cultures, lactobacillus acidophilus cultures, to remedy gut issues to then positively impact the skin. And they had amazing results, and that's definitely one of the action steps that we focus on heavily is gut healing in the Clear Code. Some of the amazing action steps that you can take to start to heal hormonal acne naturally with diet are that you eat a large variety of foods. Now, I think that if you're trying to heal your acne naturally, you've probably removed a little bit too much. Please believe me when I tell you, variety is actually your bestie. And eating 5 to 10 fruits and vegetables a day is actually gonna benefit you more, number 1. Number 2, you want to have healthy probiotics strewn throughout your day. So that means yogurt and or non-dairy yogurt. So you need those lactobacillus acidophilus cultures, bifidobacterium cultures. You could take a probiotic and or you could have fermented foods, sauerkraut, kimchi, kombucha. All of those action steps positively support a healthy microbiome, which deeply, positively impacts hormonal acne. The fourth step in healing hormonal acne with diet is to support liver detoxification. Our liver is a magical organ. I talk a lot about this in my liver detoxification for acne. Here's a link to that video there. But the main reason our liver so deeply impacts our acne is because of how it detoxifies the body. And it detoxifies out excess hormones that cause and or contribute to acne. Your liver has phases of detoxification, okay? And we run into challenges when one of these phases is sluggish. The main phases that impact hormonal acne are phase 1 and phase 2 liver detoxification. Phase 1 of your liver detoxification process is your first line of defense against toxins and uses a group of enzymes known as the cytochrome P450 family to protect your cells from damage by detoxifying bad stuff out of your body. And phase 2 is all about conjugation. Uses 6 different pathways to take water-soluble phase 1 metabolites, aka the bad stuff, out of your body through your bile, urine, and stool. In this phase 2, two processes occur, methylation and sulfation in particular, that impact our hormonal acne, because the methylation pathway detoxifies estrogen and the sulfation pathway detoxifies excess thyroid hormones, neurotransmitter, and steroids, among other things. We need both of these phases to function optimally, and they both need catalysts to run well. So they need external and internal catalysts. And so by that I mean, and let me know if this sounds familiar, does your morning coffee get you going? Does alcohol get you going? Does spicy food get you going? Those are some examples of some phase 1 catalysts, right? So you eat something or you do something and it makes you. Phase 2 processes require catalysts like sulfur-containing foods and amino acids like cruciferous vegetables, garlic, onions, meat, and egg yolks. Now, this is a wild simplification of how your liver impacts your hormones and how it impacts your hormonal acne. But please know, if you've been taking the hormonal birth control pill in particular for an extended length of time, these pathways are probably a little sluggish and you need extra support. 3 action steps you can take to start to support easy liver detoxification to support natural hormonal acne clearing are: number 1, begin taking some form of a bitter herb, either dandelion, tea, or milk thistle. They're both bitter herbs. They help increase the bile flow from the liver itself. Eat 2 to 3 cruciferous vegetables a day, which further supports detoxification. And make sure you're sweating daily to support the healthy release of toxins. Step number 5 in healing your hormonal acne with diet is to define 3 action steps you'll focus on for the first 2 weeks of your new system. So here is where the rubber hits the road, my friend. You've gotten clear on why you're breaking out in the first place. You have defined these root acne triggers. You understand what's happening in your body from a blood sugar, gut health, hormonal detoxification perspective. And you want to do all the things today, and you want to clear your skin today. Does that sound familiar? Here's the issue with this, and it's a human issue, and I am very familiar with wanting to change my entire life overnight. That is probably one of the key traits of my personality, actually. But the problem with that is that you will 99% crash and burn if you try to do everything that I just mentioned. The most powerful way you can start to heal your hormonal acne naturally with diet is by picking 3 action steps, 3 really big important action steps, and taking them very consistently, following them very consistently for weeks and weeks at a time. So if I were you and I wanted to start to heal my hormonal acne naturally, and I knew I had gut challenges plus a big sweet tooth, for example. So I knew my root acne trigger was probably blood sugar management and or some hormonal acne challenges from taking the birth control pill for so long. I would focus on blood sugar management. So I would have a very protein, fiber, healthy fat-filled breakfast within an hour of waking. I would grab a quality probiotic, and I would have dandelion tea every night. I would write those things down. I'm gonna talk about that in action steps number 6 and 7, but I would write those action steps down, and those would be the only things I would focus on, because if you try to do it all tomorrow, it's just human nature. You're just gonna crash and burn, my love. So step number 6 and step number 7 to healing your hormonal acne with diet are quite linked, and that is that you must stay consistent and you have to track. You can create any type of tracking system to mark your progress. I use Google Sheets for the majority of my life, but I also use my phone notes. You could use Excel, but anything that you want to make progress on, you have to track. And again, this comes from someone who did not track her progress for the majority of her life. But this tracking will give you the information that you need to know about whether or not what you're doing is actually going to work. Because the most important thing to us as humans, I will tell you, is that we make progress. So the worst feeling in the world, right? We all know this, is to decide on a new plan. So we want to do X, Y, and Z, or we want to succeed at something. You want to lose 10 pounds. You want to gain 10 pounds. You want to run a half marathon in 3 months. The worst feeling in the world is to try a lot of stuff and to not get anywhere near your goals, right? It's like the worst. And the way you prevent that from happening is by defining your action steps, your 3 action steps that we mentioned in step 5, writing them down, tracking them daily. You could even just have like a little checklist. And then in 2 weeks from day 1, you track those results. And that looks like being really objective about your skin too. Some of the biggest challenges that I see when people start this journey of natural acne healing is that naturally their skin doesn't clear overnight, right? It clears very slowly week over week. And we have a progress tracker in the Clear Code, but you can create your own. And really what you want to see within the first 2 weeks of any type of program, let's focus on natural acne healing in general though, you want to see improvement. You do not want to see your skin clear overnight. In fact, if you start natural acne healing with 3 action steps today and your skin is completely clear tomorrow, I would be suspicious of that. You want to see a 10 to 20% improvement from day 1. So day 1, you decide on action steps, and let's say you have 10 breakouts. Day 14, you want to have 8. Now, 8 still sounds like a lot, right? But that's improvement. Imagine if you improve 10 to 20% every week. 8 weeks, your skin is clear. 8 to 10 weeks, your skin is clear. So your entire life, especially when it comes to acne, can change. When you decide on the right action steps, you track them, you consistently track them, and then you measure the results to optimize your following few weeks and the following few weeks. And you can even add habits. I call it habit stacking. I did not come up with that. Someone else brilliant did. But basically you start to habit these healthy habits to heal your acne naturally. You stack them on top of each other. So over time you build a lifestyle that you can actually sustain to support clear skin. Now, if that last thing that I said sounded attractive to you, if you thought to yourself, dang, I want to create a lifestyle that supports clear skin, and everything I've shared really spoke to you about the things that you've struggled with, I would love to see if my natural acne clearing program, the Clear Code, could be a good fit for you. In the Clear Code, at the very beginning of the program, we dive really, really deep into everything I discussed in that step number 1. We go deep into your family history, your medical history, everything that's happened in your life up until this point to create the current acne situation that you're in. And then from there, we decide on very specific action steps based on your root acne triggers. We track them obsessively week over week, and we mark your progress. We help you create a lifestyle that supports clear skin that you can actually sustain, that you enjoy, that makes you feel fantastic. So if you're interested in learning how to heal your acne naturally from the inside out and create a lifestyle that supports you understanding, being empowered to know why you're breaking out when you're on vacation, before your wedding, before your best friend's wedding, apply to the Natural Acne Clearing Program, the Clear Code below. You can also check out our Root Acne Triggers webinar, where I go over the 7 main triggers for your breakouts, and I share 9 action steps you can take today to start to heal your acne naturally. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video. And if you have a friend, mother, brother, sister, daughter, I have a lot of moms looking for acne solutions for their daughters in particular. I remember my mom did, for sure. Please send them this video. I would love to be this kind of spark in their minds that supports them to know that natural acne healing is possible. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.